Alrighty then, good afternoon there, all you lovely people. Silver Dragon here, coming at you with a lovely little, a slightly different video on Dwarf Fortress. We are playing my my typical fortress here that we have already messed around with, and I will be starting up some organizing today. I figured, I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought, you know, I shouldn't. I was gonna do this as a live recording. I was going to just go, you know, live and do all the organizing and do all that stuff for like an hour or two. But I thought that would be a bad idea now at this point. Kind of like how I did the designing previously with when I designed the whole fortress, and I was debating, spending like, you know, an hour or two debating the designs and such. It is a lot. It isn't, you know, a lot. There's not a lot of action going on. There's no real naming. There's no invasions happening, you know. So it's not as interesting. But I did feel, I felt that it would deprive the YouTube viewers of something if I, you know, went and organized everything, went through my whole system in that regard, and didn't actually kind of show it off a little bit in that sense, you know. So I am going to be doing that here for you guys live. Well, recorded here, not live, and we're gonna go through, we're gonna start optimizing this a little bit more and see what we can get done. So this may be incredibly boring for some of you. Definitely don't request any dwarves on this one. Do it on the previous episode, and yeah, just kick back and enjoy. Hopefully hopefully you guys will like this a little bit here, guys. It'll be different. It'll be different. Alright, so the first question I need to answer is what needs to be done on this fort right now. What really needs to be done? We have a little bit of masonry work that definitely needs to be done, so I'm going to need to get a couple of masons out here just for doing that kind of thing. They are going to be just a bunch of random guys, so let's see. We do need masons for the road. We need carpenters to do all this stuff. Some of the carpenters to do this, some carpenters to actually build things. All of these will be designated off. So let me kind of pull this up right now. Crap, where is it? Document. Oh, it's right over here. I have to drag it off to the side a little bit just so I have it. So we need crafting masons and just labor masons. And then we need crafting woodcutters. And honestly, I could just do crafting and labor carpenters for these guys, because I'm not really going to be making a lot out of wood like I have been with this outdoor fort here. There's not really going to be much really beyond that, so I'll just get a couple of extra carpenters going, and specific ones for that for their workshops. Okay. Another main thing we need to do is we need to properly set up our... Oh god, give me a moment here. Apologies. Let's see, our farm needs to be optimized as well, so... So farm workers for each station. So we're gonna have milking... And damn it. So we have milking station, the cheese making station, the shearing station, one dwarf, maybe even two dwarves specifically for each of these, so that if one's sleeping, the others can get up here and do that job. And then we have the bone crafter, which is going to be making crafts from the bones and from the ivory. Slash ivory crafting. Okay. Let me cut these up into their sections, I guess, as well. Next, we have our... Let me actually go down here. Our farmers are fine as they are right now. We just have a bunch of farmers just doing their job here. I can make sure that specifically we have enough farmers. Whoops. put them up here then in that case. Make sure the farmers are properly doing their job. Okay. Head on down. Now, the workshops here will need to be extended and changed. If I have to with this, I'll raise it up. I'll raise up the whole thing so it's not bothering this level. Anyway, the workshops here do need to be changed up quite a bit. We will have our guys in their own little separate area here. Question is, how am I going to set it up is the problem. It's always the problem. Because I want it to look good. I want it to look good, but I also need it to function really well. It's sort of, kind of going where I want it to. I don't want to intercept this bit, though. No, no, circle, I don't think a circle will look very well, very, very good here. So... I kind of want to make this place look like really, really fancy, but at this point, my design for it is kind of flawed, so I'm just tempted just to make it function right now. You can see what I meant about, you know, people might not necessarily be interested in this video today, because this is the kind of pondering I'm going to be doing here. Okay. We'll remove this chunk right here. We'll move everything. We'll move all of this back. Let's see. Okay, these ones are still 3, but they have a longer width to them, so I'll move all these forward. Okay. Question is, where do I want to put this? Okay, so I have the smelter, the wood oven is a slight necessity, we have the ore processor is running. 2 ore processors and a slag pit. So we'll move them over here. We'll move all of those over here. I'll keep the ore processors up top here. Okay. And we're going to have a separate stockpile up here set up for them. My phone's complaining. Okay, so mostly I'm making a lot of focus towards the metal industry right now. So this is going to contain stones. I'm going to dump most of the stones in a garbage dump around here, so we can use that. But this is going to contain most of our like iron-bearing stones, and our finished bars as well. I'll have a specific stockpile for coal, so I know exactly how much coke coal I have. And that will allow them to transition it up here. I'll build a bunch of wheelbarrows as well. So along with those wooden corkscrews, I want to start making a bunch of wooden wheelbarrows. Okay. Now, that's from that side of things. Now, what am I trying to make here, and how many people do I need to make it is a question. Again, likewise, I do want to store some stones. Let me clear this away like I did the other side. So we'll kind of pull it back here. And this is going to be an extended crafting area on this side. Let me at least make sure it's even here. Not really. But it'll do. It'll do for now. What do we have here? So 9. So basically we're just widening up the area here. We're creating new stockpiles that are nearby for our guys to get these resources from. Because we want to have all of their, we don't want them to be running throughout the entire fortress looking for these resources. So we are going to have designated haulers set up for them. Our miner is going to be busy as hell for the next while. But that's okay. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. So we'll have stones, like I would say marble and such are going to be moved over here. Yeah. We're going to move marble en masse up to this point. That should allow them a proper building of the blocks and materials. Down here is going to be finished products. So all of these, all the wood stockpiles, all the raw material stockpiles are being moved. Are being moved up to here. So we have raw materials up top, and then we have crafted materials down below. That's how this is going to function, basically. I'm going to have a lot of these guys move some of these mechanisms and such. I'm going to build new furniture workshops and completely reorganize that down there as well. So, top left we have our metal crafting, top right we have our item crafting, such as the crafts dwarf workshops, the mason workshops, the carpenter's workshops, which I am going to be moving them, but I am going to optimize what we have right now for now. Let me actually lower sound sense a little bit here, just because I do need to concentrate a little more. It is a little loud. Well, you know what? I don't need to lower sound sense. I can just lower myself. There we go. Alright, so I can just turn that down a little bit. And I can concentrate more. Oh, that's much better, actually. Ah! Got some more coffee. Oh, that is a foul brew. Foul brew indeed. Anyway. Okay, so we need to get our metals industry working. We need to get our base crafts industry properly set up and going. This will be good for that. Okay. I am actually going to set up a new area in here as well. Okay, do I want to do it? Yeah, I'll just do a one tile. So essentially what's going to happen is we're going to have a little dining room in here for our cooks and brewers. Since honestly they don't need to go throughout the fort to pick up stuff. It's like I'm trying to think how I want to design this. Actually, I can make use of this now as well. All this area back here that I demolished, as it were, I can make use of it. I should also wall in this bit right here. Is that correct? Doesn't really look like it, does it? Let me check this here. Okay, I see. It was correct, I just need to go with something like this. Yeah, that should do it. I hope. I hope. I hope. Okay. Hopefully it'll look good there. Now, this is going to be their... Well, up here is going to be their living quarters. So we're going to have to set up a couple of... Let me kind of stretch this over here. This is going to be where they sleep. So I'm pretty sure I need a couple of these. At least 4. They're going to sleep, they're going to eat here, and they're generally going to be restricted to this area. So I'm going to create a new burrow here for the for these specific workers. I'm not going to restrict the other workers to specifically be working where they are, just because they need to move around a lot at times. So I don't want to, you know, chain them right now. I may have to do that later, but right now I don't want to. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to be designing out my fortresses better from now on as well. Because so far, right now, I just kind of cobble things together and I wing it way too much. I need to start, you know, thinking of good, proper design. People are going to be living where they work and eating where they work. So I need to have specific stockpiles set up to deliver food to certain areas and such. So it'll be interesting to set it up eventually, but right now, I'm just going to call that I'm just going to kind of just do it as I can right now. So basically we're going to set up a specific stockpile in here for barrels, just empty barrels, to be brought. Or actually, not barrels, jars or pots. Yeah, pots. Well, empty pots will go down here for food, and barrels for... Well, actually, no, pots will actually work for alcohol too as well, don't they? It's a food stockpile. This is a... plant barrel. Yeah, no, we have our pots. So yeah, our wine is going into the pots here. So we'll have the pots set specifically down here. So they just grab it, make it, done. Okay. That should be good. Now, what else? What else? What else? I will create a specific stockpile down here for plants as well in the same room. For brewing and cooking and such, so I can see just at a glance exactly how much I have of that raw resource specifically. Okay. So I have the three main bits of focus right now are our main crafts, our metalsmithing industries, and our kitchen industries. Part of which actually is up here, because we do have a kitchen up here now too, don't we? Or have we not built it yet? Preparing raw fish. Oh no, that's just the raw fish after it's cooked and filleted. Oh, jeez, you're right. Someone had mentioned that I forgot the wall here, and he's completely right. I did forget that little section of the wall here. So let's put that in place. Okay. What else? What else? What else? So it's time to specifically start. Now it's time to screw around with my actual guys here. So as I said, I need a couple specific guys right now. Now I have, let me go down below here quickly. Wrong, too far, too far. So I have 2 masons that I'm going to have running 24/7 right now. So I'm going to need specifically 1 guy in each of those. Oh, this is my dwarf list. Let me get that out of the way. I don't need that right now. Okay. So crafting masons, I'm going to need 2. Labor masons, I'm gonna say 5. Crafting carpenters, that's one guy to craft and, you know, build the buildings and such. So I'm gonna say 3 and a lumberjack. 1. Okay, 4. Let's see. I am going to be massively expanding my steel industry, so for metalworking, we need... I'm going to have 3 people on metal grinders. We're going to have at least... You know what? 3 smelters. And 2 metal crafters at least. Okay. And they'll be specifically set up to each of their smelters and grinders. So those will be just set to run, and they're going to be doing nothing else. They'll be specifically restricted to doing this. Now, once I've removed them... Ooh, and actually I should probably put in... For when they're sleeping, I'll have 2... In that case, let me double it to 4 grinders. Yeah, no, let's go 4 grinders. That way, I guess I'll have the 2 grinding machines. When 2 of them are asleep, the other 2 will grind. So I'll have this workshop specifically set up for 4 of them in order to run that. Okay. Because I also want to have couple random guys because of the slag furnace and the wood furnace as well. Alright, so let's start getting this set up, shall we? I'm going to need the therapist. Let's see. Group by nothing. That way I can group them by their tag here. So a couple of the guys I'm using for this are also engravers. Stone and rune engraving. I don't know what happened to my other engraver. Must have died somehow. So these 2 are going to do nothing but engrave. That's what they're set up to do. Okay. Wow, I have really shitty masons apparently. Is this everything, really? That sucks. Okay, let's commit those changes. Pretty much the other guy who's a really good mason is also a legionnaire. Oh, no. He's my miner, so I gotta leave him to mine. I'll remove your architecture. You don't really need that. I globally enabled architecture, but that's something that they don't really need. So my specific masons that I set out to do that will have architecture. Sort by level, yes. That is what I desire. Alright, so stone crafting. This guy is a wood crafter. So I'll put him aside for now in that regard. Actually, I do want these guys to have it, so let me set them up for that. My bad. Oh, that's Anna. No, Anna is just a military, or will be a military dwarf. So I'm not going to mess around with her that much. Hopefully not, at least. LAF, let me verify what you were. I think you were just a random miss guy. But I want to make sure you weren't specifically asking for something. Oh no, you were a mason / stone carver. Okay, you are just going to... Well, let me see here. Yeah, no, you're outclassed in stone carving, so... In that case, you're going to be one of my masons. And now I went and sent you away somewhere. Okay. You're going to specifically be crafting stuff, though. Okay, there we go. So, workshop profile. Okay, you're the one that's going to be working here. Let's see what the other one's making right now. Thrones and tables. So you're going to be making bedroom furniture. So I want doors, cabinets, and coffers. And also, if it's available on here, which I don't think it is. No, it's not. Okay, that's good enough. Just doors, cabinets, and coffers constantly, 24/7. That is your only task in that regard. Okay. Hopefully you'll just stick there, too. I may have to lock you in at some point, but anywho. Let me see what else we have here. It's kind of funny how difficult this could be at times, because there's so much to sort through and so much to do that it's bloody difficult. Okay. Kumil, I'll have you as my other restricted one here. And let me actually, well, obviously it should be. Workshop profile. Why are you a carpenter? Ah, because you are a carpenter. Whatever. You're now a mason. Tough beans! You are a farmer and do not need masonry. Most of these ones don't really need masonry, honestly. Engineering. I believe Yukin's actually a mage. Yeah, it's a wavekin. This guy is going to be a general builder. One of the general builders. And actually, let me start properly popping these on here while I'm at it. So our crafting masons are LAF and Kumil. Okay, that's all I'm going to put for that. Actually, I should make one more. At least. Yes, I'll add collard to it as well. They'll be working together. I'll set this one to be on both, actually. Is it collard or... Collard, okay. Okay. Let me go over here. Workshop profile. Okay, he'll be generally working on either of these. Once the other guy stops, he's helping. And actually, I have an idea. I will set this up for here right now, but I will extend this later. Let's create a new burrow. The Crafter's Burrow. So the Crafter's Burrow is essentially going to be restricted to the crafting hall and stockpiles. There's no need for this one here, as I plan on designing this differently next time. Let me extend this. That's for everyone to kind of retreat back into the fortress. Okay, Crafter's Burrow. Okay, it is restricted to the crafting area, their bedroom, and the kitchen and dining hall is essentially where the Crafter's Burrow is restricted to. So they can come down here, they can eat, they can go to bed, but they cannot leave the fortress in order to. This will help restrict them from, say, from our crafters going outside to help build the fortress as masons. This will stop them from doing that. So in this way, we keep all of the guys we want inside and working. And they won't go all the way down to grab a rock, like a material, in order to bring it up and work on it. Other dwarves, hauling dwarves, will be doing that. So this will be a lot more efficient now. So I am going to be starting the use of burrows for them in order to restrict them to where they belong. This is a much better idea, it seems. Alright. I will add the dwarves to it later, but right now I just needed to assign them to it. Okay. I need 5 labor masons. These are just random guys that have masonry and architecture, so they don't really have to be mind-blowing as long as they're not doing anything else. I'll leave you as is. You're set up to be a butcher and everything. I'll unassign you. Sorcery. I'll toggle hauling for this one. Alexander. He's my gem cutter. One of my gem cutters, so I will remove that from you. I also need to start doing a lot of the gem cutting as well, so I'll have to get him going on that. And you can cut, but don't set. Just because I want to have you working on that properly. Kamikaze. You are also a gem cutter for some reason. Let me see what your actual job you requested was. Kamikaze. Kamikaze. Ow, my neck. Weird. Oh, that'd be why. Ah, you wanted to be a mechanic. So you will be set up specifically to just, well, be a mechanic. Now, you're going to have general free reign to do what you want. I will start using the mechanics more often here soon. But I'm gonna allow you to do your thing and not bother you. You will be disabled for that. You don't need to be a trapper. You are a fisher, good sir. So do your fishing. Likewise, a lot of guys are having their jobs toggled here. Let me save that. Okay. Beast Warden's Guild. Yep, you're gonna be, so you're 1. So let me add these on here. So I have 2 of them. Final gentleman is our mayor. He is also a lumberer and carpenter. How is his carpentry? His carpentry is pretty damn good. I'm going to remove that, and he's just going to be a lumberer then. Final gentleman. So he's gonna go cut down a lot of that. Well, no, I'll give him carpentry as well. I'll let him be the multitasking guy. Okay. Kitty Cat, I believe you are also... Yep, you're also a fisher, one of the main fishers. This guy isn't really doing much. So I'll keep him as one of my primaries for this as well. Olin missed him. Okay. This guy is my bone carver. Actually, we have 2 bone carvers. Rob Obsidian. At the moment, I only want him doing it, but you would be a good secondary. Had a mood with this skill and crafted the Ford of Erasure. That's funny. Interesting. Was that something that he made here? Let me see. Let's check my artifacts quickly. Yeah, he actually created this right here. That guy. Oh wow, it's worth 30k. It's a bone hourglass, boar bone hourglass. Craft store strips the highest quality. It must have been during a possession though, because he didn't get any skill for it. You know what? Because of that, I will allow him to take over as a secondary bone carver here as well. So I will disable these for you, my friend. So when the other guy goes to sleep or drink or whatever, you're going to be helping with the bone carving. Okay. And the other guy is a named guy. Okay, there we go. Or, sorry, I know I mispronounced that horribly. Obsidian. Or Obsidian. I think that's it. Hope I didn't mistype that. No, it looks like it looks good. Make sure your skills are set up here properly. Good, good, good. Alright. Next! Well, you're a lazy doctor anyway, so I'm tempted to allow you to do that just to give you something to do. But I'll find something else for you to do, Gildor. Anyway. Okay, moving on to the next one. You will make a good one. 1, 2, 3. And one more. Now, Navnook Mech, you are... Let's see what... Let me make sure what you are. You're supposed to also be a mechanic. Yeah, again, I don't really have much use for the mechanic at the moment, but I will... They have a couple of things to do, so I'll let you specifically do that. And you know what? I'm going to give all the mechanics machine operating as well as a secondary for them, I think. Not at the moment, but I'll leave that for now for you. Okay, you are a level 8 archaeology guy. Oh, somebody did request archaeology, and I haven't actually set them up yet, so I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to do that right now. Coder. Although I don't actually have this workshop for architecture up yet, you're named. So let me mark you off as named. Level 8 archaeologist. Okay, this is my last one here, so toggle this. Okay. Okay, now I need crafting carpenters. I'll have him be 1 just because I'll be, you know, playing around with that a little bit. Anyway. Level 10 wood crafting. Had a mood and created something for that. So... Fane. I believe Fane is a... Wait, no. Kapaja. You are actually a ranger, so... I'm gonna set this guy up with a new workshop once it's created. Let me add this to my list here. Toggle his hauling. Ah, my neck kills me. Ooh. Actually, I'm gonna add to my actual list over here. Have Kitty war train the Tigermen if possible, or maybe the Raptors. Check off the seeds in the menu. Already did that. Okay. Build a new Crafts Dwarf workshop. And have Sodell produce wooden arrows for Kopaja to hunt. So I'm going to get Kopaja hunting now at this point soon. So that's going to be one of my major things to do here. Let me actually erase all the ones I've done here already, because I don't need them cluttering up the thing here. Expand the aquifer and finish it. That's done. We expanded the fishery. I'm refining the fishery, but I will put that as finished. There we go. Get rid of all these objectives I already did. I do have my leather worker working, but I should have him refining more. Oh yeah, I was debating getting that up there. Start minting for coins for gilding. I am doing that. Dig out the guild workshop area and build them. Done. Expand masons, build blocks, mass produce block items in the stonecrafter. Sort of doing that. So start setting up dining hall, doing that, doing that. Okay, those are all my important goals. So what else was I looking at here? Ah, my carpenters. Honestly, I don't need a lot of carpenters because I'm not going to make a lot of stuff out of wood. So I could probably make do with one more, and the rest will be disabled because I don't really need that many. Well, that guy's a woodcrafter, not a carpenter. So, oh no, I have maximum monkey as well here. So we'll disable this guy. He will work on other things. I will set him. I'll put him up for masonry right now. But anyway. So the other crafting we have is... Oh, what's up, pup? Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted for this. Oops, wrong button. And here. Okay, so the carpenters, we have... Maximum monkey. Grievous Clacker. Now, Grievous is going to be locked inside. He is actually going to be locked to this one here. So, Workshop Profile, Grievous Clacker. Okay, he's the one that's going to be locked to that one. Crafts Dwarves. I've already set all those up. The Mechanics Workshop. I don't really need to lock the mechanics to that. They're going to be producing randomly every now and then anyway. So that's perfectly fine as is. Okay, let me commit all those changes for now. So I have my masons. I have... Of course, I have a lot of other people. Let me go through the list here and undesignate the ones that don't need that. Because we're not doing all that much masonry. Although, honestly, most of them don't actually have much else to do. But they're going to start hauling. As I said, there's going to be a lot of hauling going on here soon. Praying. Wrestler Dwarf. That has praying. Dwarf. Herbalist. Weird. There's a nun. Speaking of which, I still do have that nun. Apostle of Armok. He's abandoned his worldly gain to become a nun. Buffs, plague immunity, check. Depression, checkmate. Black plague, checkmate. Physiotherapy, checkmate. This one right here is an Apostle of Armok. Another Dwarven Nun. I already named you off, I think. Oh, fire! You like fire, imp horn, blood, relics, fine pewter, shellstone. That's kind of funny. Yeah, let me make sure I haven't actually undesignated anyone that was supposed to be working this. I don't think I have. Most of the ones I actually selected, I think are still up top here. So I'll leave those as are. Yeah, no, if I would have selected them, I would have knocked away their hauling jobs. So a lot of guys are going to be hauling now. We're going to need a lot of hauling done, which is why I'm going to build a lot of stuff. Okay, the rest underneath here are specifically for other things. Now, we have 6 miners currently. I believe we have enough picks. Let me make sure. Page down. Let me go. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't have paged down. I should have just gone to weapons. Me. 3. Yep, we got 9. 9 picks currently. So more than enough for what we have. Okay. Let's commit that change right now, for now. Lumberjack. We actually have 2 lumberjacks. I will disable Grievous's lumberjacking, because he doesn't need to be doing that. He needs to be crafting things. Okay. Now we're going to set up the farming, the milking, the cheese making, the shearing. I do want to have at least 2 for each if I can. Also, I do need to add another... craft more buckets, because we're going to need buckets for milking. Okay, so let's see what we have for milking. We have several milking, but only 2 of them are going to be doing it. Now this one's the best cheesemaker we have, so I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to remove your shearing. Okay. Wow, this guy has general skills all over the freaking board. I do hate it when it does that. Just enables like every freaking skill. Practically. Okay. Now, let me get these guys named off here. So, for our milkers, we have 2 of them. That'd be Colt. Wait, Colt? Didn't I just assign you for something? Weren't you... what the heck? Colt. Colt. No, you were a misc, so you're anybody. Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. Okay, we only really need 1 guy for shearing because it's not something that's done too often. But yeah, that should, and yeah, he'll be fine with that. So let me toggle all of your hauling. Alright, so let's get all these guys written down, shall we? Okay, for milking, we have... Irith Kibik and... Naram Deller. For cheese making, we have... Doral Soldel and Colt. Shearing, I'm going to reduce that to 1 because we really only need one guy doing it. It's not like it's going to take him forever to shear all of our guys every month or two. Maybe if we get even more of the pigs, I might have to make it 2, but for now, I'm good with Elgin. Let me make sure that Elgin, I believe, yeah, you're also a misc. Okay. Bone and ivory carving, we have those 2. Now let me go set up the workshops for you guys. Okay, so here's our milking station. Workshop profile. Let me move this aside here for a second so I can see the names that I'm looking for. Okay, so my milkers are Irith. Done. Ha! The dwarf milker schizophrenic. So yeah, I got a schizo dwarven milker cough. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, the other person I want attached to that is... I actually might just make more workshops for this, but for now, I'm going to add them both to the same workshop. Oops. The hell? Neurom. I cannot... Ah, the blind milker. It's kind of funny. We have the schizophrenic milker and then the blind milker. I have no question. I have just nothing. I have, wow. No words to describe this. Okay. Profile, search. Dural, farm worker. And Colt are those. Okay. Now we go over to, oh, not suspend. Profile. My shearer is Elegant. A nun of Armok. I have the nun doing this. This is kind of funny. Alright. Profile. My 2 bone carvers are Tier and Rob. Robsidian. There we go. Excuse me, pardon me. Alright, now... How many farmers do I have, actually? Okay, that's set up. That's already good to go. Let's go farmers, fields. Wow, we only have a couple. Our cook is also really good at that. But what is this guy? Who are you? You're a Healer's Guild Dwarf. I'm not sure why you're a Healer's Guild Dwarf. Complaining to the lack of chairs. Oh, you're a child. That's why. Them children. Them children. Okay, so literally we only have 2 people working the farms right now, so I'm going to increase that number. Okay. You should be brewing anyway. Wizdazzle. I can only increase it to 3. But I will, at the very least, turn off their hauling. Okay. And they're not even properly gilded. So what I'm going to do here as well, I'm going to add another add another one to my main gold. To get the farmers gilded correctly. Oh, Oss is a child. And Nigithel. At the very least, if I have 3 gilded dwarves, it might be a little bit better in that regard. They might be operating better. Okay. Pull up the document, bring it over. Let's add our farmers on here. So there's currently 3. So... Fane 80 and... McGithel. Alright. I'll also need to look up the cooks and brewers, of which I want 2 of each. So let me look up those first. Next here after I complete this. Okay. Okay. Cooking. Architecture. So I have 2 cooks. Cooks. These crooks. These damn crooks! Always stealing my things. No, anyway. Zara. Oh, wow, yeah, Zarawux. You are always constantly making legendary, like, master-crafted legendary meals right now. You are my man for making food right now. So, Zarawux and Eternal are my cooks. And Eric and Zagith are my brewers. So Zagith is unclaimed brewer. Unclaimed brewer. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So the next migration wave I get, most of what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be getting all the new workshops dug out, start adding new workshops in, getting them all, you know, assigned to them properly. The next migration wave I get, the actual wave, I'm going to be spending a lot of those guys, or several of those guys, on farming. Because I'm going to start massively expanding my farming if I can. Start requesting a crap ton of seeds. I need to send some guys out to collect plants and see if I can get some seeds from that. And we need to start planting them. Because that's an important thing to do. So Eric and Zagith, Loom. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure those guys are already set up down here. Let's go workshop profile. Nope. So this is for the brewing. Okay, so for brewing, there are brewers. There's Eric. It says he's a farm worker? Oh, weird. Guess he might be. Yeah. Not really. And the other one, workshop profile, is... Zagith. Zangieth! Yeah, if Zangieth was my frickin' brewer, that would be ridiculously badass. Okay. I have already workshop profiled this one. And I have for this one as well. Let me make sure it's the right guy. Let's look at this here. So it is Cook Eternal. Yep. So he's already set up for that. So let me make sure, get the farmers gilded correctly, craft more buckets, build the new crafts workshops. Yes, yes, yes. Produce the bedrooms. Okay, there we go. That should be good. So I'm gonna dig out the new areas here, and there's gonna be a new burrow as well. The kitchen burrow. So this is going to be specifically set up just for the kitchen here. Our guys will not be leaving here once it's set up completely. So they'll be stuck in this kitchen. I'm not going to assign anyone to it right now, but that'll be where they're specifically set up to go. Okay. Whoops, wrong one. Too far. Too low. Or too high. High five! No, I'm kidding. More coffee. More coffee, coffee. Ah, delicious. Delicious. Now, I don't do this thing so often, so I am a little bit behind on, what I'm doing here properly. Let me actually load Masterwork G. Let me load the Dwarf manual here. Workshops, I'm looking for furnaces. Blast furnace or processor, that's what I'm looking for. It requires the machine operating skill. Let's see. Build labor, requirements mason or carpenter / mechanic. Let me see if I understand this thing quickly. Category tiles, crafts, dwarf. Yeah, I know about that. I was trying to see what the requirements are. If that's a requirement for them to actually be able to craft here. Let's see, crafts, dwarf, or forge. Skill none. Oh, I see. Requirements are the requirements to build it, I guess. Like, it requires a mason, a carpenter, or a mechanic to build it, and the build labor is architect and mason. Okay, so all I need is the skill machine operating. Just wanted to verify that for the ore processor. So... machine operating. Furnace operators. Doesn't look like we really have enough here. Maximum Monkey's doing other things. Mr. Jacob is a miner. Kagan. You're a Smith Guild Dwarf. Oh yeah, I never did reassign you to that, did I? Okay, you're gonna be my weapon and armor smith right now. We only really need one. So that means I can assign the rest of these guys to their smelting and such. Oh my god. Okay. Apologies. Mechanics. Did I set you up? I don't think I set up mechanics at all. Or did I? I might have. Anyway, I digress. No, I'll leave you off that. So, I'm definitely gonna need some really random dwarves here who aren't doing anything. Well, since you're skilled at this, I'm gonna have to remove you from that. Well, Blackworth. Oh, it's so difficult what the hell I'm doing here. Grr, 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 grr. Okay, I'll add you two as my smelters. Right now I only have enough room for two at the moment because I don't have enough dwarves. So we'll go... And... Blackworth and Soul Ren, you are my smelters. My only actual metal crafter is going to be this guy right now. So, Kagan. That's all you're going to be doing, my friend. Okay, now I need to find some new ones. Because I need more than one guy for the grinding. I want at least 4 if I can. Ing-tac. And of course they will be restricted here. The crafters will be restricted specifically to the crafting area right now. But the grinders will not, because they have to go throughout the fortress still at the moment to grab their stuff until the stockpiles are set up, the new stockpiles. So let me find some guys. Find some... Oh god, I have a lot of... Don't have enough... You know, I think I'm gonna have to... Anna. I am repurposing you right now as a smelter for the moment. Or as a grinder. Even though you are actually going to be one of my main military dwarves. Actually, let me rename her. No. There we go. I think. Oops. Yep. Because that would be a full... That would be a more full name, because she is The Asian Fever on Twitch. And she's awesome, so I check her out if you can. Okay. A tier. What are you doing, my friend? You're a bone carver. Captain Ahab. Damn, she's all I can spare. So this is all I can spare right now is the 2 of them. 2 smelters, 2 grinders, and 1 smith. That's all I can spare right now. At all. That's all, literally all I can spare. So let me commit those changes. Let's get in here. Okay. Workshop profile. The grinders are... Ing-tac engineer. Ask you very much. She likes to ask people questions. Okay. Smelter. Smelter. I actually have 2 smelters. Blackworth and Solren. So I'll put them on both of these right now. Okay. And then finally the workshop profile for the Metal Forge is the guy that's going to be our supreme smith leader at the moment is Kagan. Kagan! Or should I say Kagan? No, that's a terrible Khan impression. Anywho. No, not gonna bother. Oh, I'm not gonna attempt that. Okay, so that's that set up. The brewers and cooks are set up. Let me get to... It's time to start assigning people to the zone. Okay, so let's go Burrow. The crafter's Burrow. Add citizens to Burrow. So, crafting, we have masons. We have LAF. Collad, the engineer. Collad yep. Okay. Final gentleman is my lumberjack, so he needs to go outside. Oh, add citizen to Burrow. See. Search. So... Maximum Monkey, good sir, you are in lockdown now. And Grievous Clacker. You are also in lockdown, good sir. Crafter's Burrow. Next. are the smelters. Okay. Okay, Blackworth. Solren. And Kagan. You don't really need to move right now. Alright. So this should have my industries be a lot more efficient right now. I should also set up a proper housing area for these guys. How many do I have out doing farm work here? Let's see. I have 2 milkers, 2 cheesemakers, and a shearer, as well as 2 crafters. So that's 7. Excuse me. Okay. So, designate. Let's remove the wall here. Okay. Excuse me. So this is basically going to be their bedrooms out here. Again, they are going to be restricted up here. So let me go add a new burrow. Name the burrow. This is the farm. Not box select. Name. I'll go stock. There we go. So this burrow is essentially the whole area, the whole internal area here, as well as the stockpile. And actually, I guess I will have to bring them down to the food area as well. Well, yeah, no, that's probably a good idea. Because I need to at least allow them to have access to the kitchen. They'll sleep up where they belong, but I'll give them access to the kitchen. For food. Kitchen and dining hall for when they need to eat, but then they gotta go right back up to the farm. And they will sleep up there just to make sure they don't have to run all the way to the bedroom and back. So they're only going to be coming here for eating, basically. There we go. Now, I don't think I'm going to lock them to that right now until they actually get their house set up. Alright. Okay, lock them, get the farmers' houses set up, lock them to the burrows. What else could we do for efficiency's sake? We already have our tables and chairs being produced. We have everything else being produced. I've already locked all the guys we need to lock into place. Oh hell, I shouldn't have locked my masons into place yet. Because I don't have that stone pile set up. So let me go... Unit list. Well... No, because they would immediately stop production if they can't access it. So let me go... W for Burrows. Crafter's Burrow. Search. Okay, we'll take off LAF. Kumil. And... Kolad. Okay. We'll assign them back to here later. Okay, South Dining Hall. Expanding metal industry. Make sure all crafters are... Make sure all crafters are locked to the burrow when stockpiles are completed, and make sure the burrows are extended across said stockpiles. That's basically what I've set up here. So I think I'm kind of good right now at the moment for this. I think I'm pretty much done. I've assigned who I have right now. We still need to wait for a lot of others to come in here. We don't have a lot of haulers left right now. Oh, yes, I should probably turn off your hauling as well, because you don't need to be hauling. But yeah, because we don't really have, you can see here, like, scrolling, we really don't have many haulers left. And we do need a lot of haulers. Do also need a lot of masons to be doing, well, masonry and such. So I'll have to leave that as is. And I haven't even looked at stone crafting either, actually. My stone crafting / pottery guys. I should probably do that. Who are my best stone cutters here? Or stone crafters? I guess I will do this then. Sarah Kerman. Sounds like Sarah Kerbin. Or Kerbal, I swear. Kerbal Space Program, gotta love it. So let me go... Crafting masons. Stone crafter. At the moment it's 1. Sarah Kerman. I would like to have more at some point, but I'll leave it like that as now. As it is now. Okay. Let me move this aside. My dwarf efficiency list. It's in G. Dwarf Fortress. Save. Okay, that's saved. The other one, my dwarf list is saved. Okay. Am I missing anything else? I don't think so. The cooks, the carpenters, the masons, the stone crafter, the farmers, and... Or I should say the animal farmers / carvers and carpenters, and the carpenters themselves. Oh, and the metalsmiths. So I'm pretty sure I have everything set up right now, give or take. We still have to set up the shack outside for the fishermen and get all that kind of stuff done. Work on the power plant will have to continue. We're going to need a lot of crafters actually for that because of the... Actually, wait. Let me check something here quickly. It's not a workshop. Let me go to the good old Dwarf Fortress wiki. I need to make sure who makes the water wheels. I need to know who makes the water wheel and who makes the, or who sets up the screw pumps. That way I can make the, what the hell's it called? Power plant more efficient. Is a machine component. Construction requires architecture and carpentry labors are needed for that. Okay. Then I'll have these guys set up. Don't need any more fish cleaners. These two are set up just to do that. So they should go down there and get the water wheels built. And let me also look up screw pumps. Screw pumps require construction. Enormous corkscrew block in a pipe section. And first dwarf the architect labor must design it. And with the appropriate labor could be carpentry, metalsmithing, or masonry, depending on the material of the block. So basically it requires mason. But I have enough masons walking around that the screw pumps shouldn't be a problem to set up. Okay. So these two will be the ones that go around and build the water wheels. Okay. So that's set up properly. And yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. So for those that kept up with this and were interested in it, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will catch you all possibly tomorrow even for the episode of Dwarf Fortress. And we will see how this goes into practice. We'll have to see how all this goes into practice. I'm not sure exactly how well it's going to work. And there's still a couple minor industries such as leatherworking and such that I'd have to mess around with and perfect, but I'm going to save that for later. Now cap lock is on. Of course. Hate it when it does that. Oh, I do have a third Mason's Workshop right now. Okay, good. I don't have anyone assigned to it, I don't think, but I do have a third Mason's Workshop. Just randomly producing blocks right now. Which actually we don't need because we have... Oh, actually we do, because the slag pit, we take the concrete from here. Oh no, it made specifically concrete blocks. So let me cancel that then. Yeah, so we'll have to see how this works out next time. We'll continue with it. We'll see if these changes make the dwarves a lot more efficient, start building things properly, just going like this, snaps to, snap to, and getting shit done. But yeah, again, I greatly appreciate all you guys. Thank you for watching this and the series and everything. And I will catch you all probably tomorrow for the next episode of Masterwork Dwarf Fortress. If I can. Hopefully I'll have time before work. Peace out, everybody. And thank you very much for watching. Cough.